Welcome to Munich, which was the starting point for our European bikepacking trip. At the airport, we were happy to be reunited with our bike boxes and headed to the hotel to rest. We got up early the next morning to rebuild the bikes. After a pit stop at the breakfast buffet, we left with our reassembled and fully loaded bikes to cycle the first 30 kilometres of our journey into the centre of Munich.
Note to self, riding on the right hand side of the road, just set off and met a car, whoops. So we've just come out of Munich. It is a really bike-friendly city. The cycle paths are beautiful. We're going to try and find some cooking gas and a spare, extra spare inner tube, but all the shops on a Sunday are closed apparently in Munich. So we found a little cafe to have second breakfast because they weren't serving lunch yet, so we had second breakfast. And then we have headed back out the other side of the city.
We'd given ourselves 2 weeks to explore, with the flexibility to choose the route as we travelled. But what we had initially planned was to spend the first week getting to Cortina in the Italian Dolomites.
Ali's left me for the slipstream of a tractor. Some miles ahead!
We rode to a campsite outside of Wackersburg and set up the tent, with the intention of having an early night.
Oh, it's going up there, isn't it?
The tent leaked. We've relocated to a bench. You still see the flashes of thunder and lightning. If anything you want to say for yourself? What did you say you'd done to the tent?
I said I've re-waterproofed my tent, but I don't think I did a very good job.
Last night there was this massive thunderstorm, which was really cool to watch. And then about half an hour after it started raining, there was then these few drops that started landing on our heads, and then on our sleeping bags, and then coming up through the floor, and pretty much by the end of it, it was it alternated between a light drizzle and a good downpour inside the tent. Thankfully, we woke up the next morning to clear, sunny skies, which allowed us to lay out all our belongings and let them dry off a little bit before we set off.
So we've got 3 aims for the day. Buy a new tent, find some gas, because we still haven't got any gas for our cooker, and get to Innsbruck, which is about 100 kilometres away. So busy day. So second croissant of the day, and the mystery item, which was?
Cheesy bread.
Cheese bread. The hills have begun. Woo! I think I've done about all of 20 metres. My legs are already saying, what are we doing? And it's not too far ahead yet. Usually he whizzes off and I bring up the rear. Get those legs spinning! Get those legs spinning! But what a beautiful hill to be hanging up. Just across the border. Oh, at least least we believe. What's the Google Maps say? Google Maps ain't sure. Whew, it is warm and this is big.
And it wasn't just me and Ali who were melting in the heat. Our snacks were also taking a bit of a beating.
We got gas.
And beer.
And beer.
69 cents.
Whew.
Unbelievable.
Bargain. So any of you who are eagle-eyed will notice that we are in the same tent as last night. Ali's been doing his sundance all evening in the hope that the thunderstorms don't pass over. They're meant to be localised. But it was because we never quite made it to Innsbruck. We're about 15 kilometres short in the end. It was a big day and we set off late because obviously we were having to dry everything out this morning. So tomorrow, hopefully, U-turn is on the horizon.
Since last night we had to evacuate the tent. I've now put in an evacuation order, procedure, and basically have identified a cover down by the bar, and I reckon when it closes, if the heavens open like it did last night and it starts raining inside the tent, we're going to have to bail to that. So evacuation procedure sorted.
Sun is shining. It didn't rain last night, so we stayed dry. But we've got to go and find a tent. So heading to Innsbruck.
What we weren't aware of was that the day was a public bank holiday across Austria, so all the shops were closed. So we had to decide, did we spend another night in Innsbruck or did we continue and find another shop on the way?
So we've decided that we're just going to go for it. We're just going to keep doing the Sundance on the way and head for the Brenner Pass and see how close we get. A solid weighted burrito.
I approve.
But we think that it's probably the best bet and we can get the tent tomorrow. Toes crossed.